Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filling out 4 more pages in my Create This Book and Create This Book 2. And as a reminder, these books were both created and published by Mariah Elizabeth, a YouTuber here on YouTube. And basically these are 2 prompt books where each page you get a new prompt to do and fill out with something creative, whether it's a drawing or a painting or writing or a craft or whatever it may be. Whatever your creativity tells you to do, you use it to fill out these pages. And I personally really like filling out these pages. I find it very relaxing and therapeutic even, and it's a good break from my regular creative things like painting. But before we can start, we're going to start by first cutting out some computer paper or some printer paper. And I'm basically just cutting out little windows where the prompts are going to be and cutting the pages down to size to then glue them into the book just to create an extra layer of paper so that the paint and the marker or whatever I'm going to be using on these pages won't bleed through the pages and go on to the other one. And then once I have them all cut out and ready, I'm gluing them into the book with regular stick glue. And I did end up gluing pages to all 4 of the pages that I'm going to be working on. But now with that finally out the way, I'm going to start with the first page in my Create This Book 1, which is create a family page. Basically, it's asking you to create a family on this page. Now I, at first, didn't have a single idea of what to do, but once I started to actually sit down and think about it, I ended up getting thousands of ideas. But I finally ended up choosing one of the most basic ideas and just did a family of clouds in the sky. And I chose this for 2 reasons. One, because I really wanted to use my watercolor set, since I don't really use it outside of these Create This Book videos. And although I'm not really good at watercolor, I do like using it, and the more I use it, the more I start to learn and feel like I know what I'm doing. And the second reason I decided to go with clouds is because I wanted to use a lot of color for this page, and I thought if I did something like a family of cats or of puppies, I couldn't really get too many colors without them looking like cartoon characters. And that being said, I am painting the clouds like if they were in a cartoon, because you don't really see clouds in these colors. I'm basically painting the 6 clouds in 6 colors of the rainbow, minus blue since the sky is blue. And I also decided to give each of the clouds a different face, just to try to give each cloud their own personality traits. And then once I finish putting down the watercolor, I'm using a black marker to create the outlines and the black details in clouds' faces. And then I'm using a white gel pen to add in the white highlights into some of the clouds' eyes. And following the rules for my Create This Book and Create This Book 2, I did put my initials and the date that I finished the page on the bottom of the page. But moving on to the second page for Create This Book, I'm going to fill out this page that says create a border. Basically, you can use anything you want to decorate all around that middle rectangle and create a nice border. I'm deciding to go with alcohol markers. I try to use different art mediums in these pages and not do the same thing for each of them. And it's actually been a while since I've used my alcohol markers. And although I did put an extra layer of computer paper, it did bleed through, so I'll have to fix that next time I do a page. And I did decide to just do a basic, very like plain decoration all the way around the rectangle. And I didn't realize it until it was way too late, but it's very crooked and slanted on one side. But I still overall liked it, mainly because of how colorful it turned out. And like that, I'm finishing up with Create This Book and moving on to Create This Book 2. And so the first page for Create This Book 2 says to create shine. Now I really didn't have a single idea for this. I don't really like glitter, so I didn't really have any glitter to create anything shiny on the page. And so I didn't really know what I was going to do, but I decided to pull out my acrylic paints and just paint almost the whole page in black. My thought process was that shiny things will appear even more shiny in a black surface. And then I decided to get my gold metallic and my silver metallic acrylic paints. And my original idea was to create a night sky with using the metallic colors as the stars. But I wanted to use this sponge brush to do some cool textures. But it didn't really work out how I planned it in my head, and it kind of just became a big mess. But I did end up completing the prompt. I did make the page shiny. It's just not that creative, it's kind of just a mess on the page, but it is shining. Now moving on to the last page for today, it says create a self-portrait. Now this one actually tells you to create a list of things that make you you. So I just got out my gel pens in every color that I had and just started writing different things about me or different things I like. For example, art and poetry and reading. Honestly, this was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. When I started writing things out, I kind of just blanked and couldn't think of a single thing that I liked. This page honestly took me a lot longer than it probably should have. But in the end, I was able to fill out the page with lots of different things about me and different things I like. And like that, I'm done with these 4 pages of Create This Book and Create This Book 2. I hope you all enjoyed everything I did and the 4 pages I filled out, and I hope you all liked how they turned out. Even though they're not like great art pieces, it was still fun to do, and I hope you all still enjoyed this video. Again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all also get inspired to do something creative like this, even if it isn't a big art masterpiece. As long as you have fun, that's what's most important. Thank you all so much for watching, and God bless you.